All right, just talking to myself. I've got a week and about a half of still doing AAA full time, and then I go into school, and then I'll be driving coast to coast and up into Canada, and I'll be seeing just beautiful nature again. And lots of truck stops, of course, but it's okay. I've really had a period of self-reflection this last couple of weeks, and just growing into that next version of myself, of who I'm going to be, letting go of, there is something crawling on me. Whew. All right, let's let that go. Kareem asked me a beautiful question last night, and why'd I get into science? And at first I didn't think I had an answer, because I don't have a lot of early memories at all. Like, people say like they remember when they were like 5 or 6, and I can barely remember when I was like 14. But it really was that it was so peaceful. Like, you can't judge me, you can't shame me. It can be oh hey, I think that the numbers are off, let's retry the numbers. Okay, the new numbers, here's the conclusion we can draw. And that's what I really did love about it. And as I started getting into more understandings, I personally have been drawn toward physics, because the more that I understand biology and physics and quantum physics, I'm really understanding that from my interpretation, from my point of view, everything is vibrational and heat, and when you can distill it to those two elements, so much gets explained. So that's really cool. Oh yeah, and he was asking, I would love to talk to the professor about quantum physics, because some of the problems that they're facing right now, while I don't understand the math, just because I haven't learned it yet, the concepts, I think they need to be pointed in a different direction. So that would be fun to speak to a few top experts and see if they could weigh in on my interpretation of quantum physics. But yeah, it was just this understanding that science really brings me peace. So when I'm having turmoil in my life, I go to science. Now, languages, otro idiomas para mí, it's about connecting with other people. It's about really having this understanding that we're one tribe. I mean, es solo un mundo, and that's okay. So when I really get along with people, I move forward with my studies in the other languages. When I'm not, I move forward with my studies in science. During a short period there, I really moved forward with my studies of music, and it was amazing. Now, I have put everything on hold again, because I have my 2020 vision. 2018 really is just about figuring out how to do this next phase, really getting trained, really getting into the habit of this next profession. And then 2019 is just about, not being hypocritical anymore. Lock. It's about living on the cash flow and the lessons that I have while living on it. And that's when I'll polish up and finish the book, book 1. Books 2 and 3 will wait. Like, I have the understanding in my head of what to do, but until I've done it myself, I'm not going to write and publicize about it, because I don't know if it would work. I mean, I'm a scientist. I have a theory, and I want to make sure that I can prove that it works. So that's what that is. I know, darling, it's difficult from day to day. It can get very lonely, can get very boring, especially when I say, okay, I'm not going to spend money, but then it gets too hot or too crowded to be outside. And that's okay. I have shied off from wanting to work out for this past week. Like, every time I go there to push myself, my body just doesn't want to push. So I'm not sure what's up with that. We'll figure it out. Just when you listen to this Talking to Myself, episode 3, Chica, I want you to remember this piece. remember walking around in this little square on these wood beams, avoiding all the ants because those lovely ladies are just trying to build their home. And just really making sure that you remember that you haven't lost, you haven't failed. In fact, you were on this direction when people distracted you. Now, one of those things of distraction was my ego. I mean, I was 19. How could I not be ego? But, I'm 33 now. I don't need to regret anything I've done in my life. I just need to embrace this next step. And this next step is really a step of peace. It's all I've wanted in my life, is to stop the fighting. So I've made the decision to do that. I'm not fighting. I have no enemies. I have no oppression. I'm not going to fight. I am going to build, and I am going to keep my standards, but I don't need to exploit my resources anymore. That was loud. This is from the phone, not my laptop, so I definitely don't think I'll get the full 40 minutes in. Of course, I don't know, but the last time I tried to do a longer video with the phone, which was longer meaning about 20 minutes, it froze up and then kicked me out and I lost the video. So that's why I'm not sure if this video will even survive, but that's okay, even if it doesn't. I want to have peace. I want to teach people how I see the world and build a tribe of people who are open to seeing the world. I want to create systems to help others see the world differently. I was asked, was it yesterday or the day before? I'm not sure. And the guy said, oh, well, you know the Bible's true, right? Sorry, see, I did this. And apparently offended these people. And I mean, I could get into the technical points of it. The fact that there's been over 4,700 documented changes from different Sanskrits and different texts, or the fact that, it was a 2,000-year-old tribe who thought women were property, and that I should be raped and murdered because I don't agree with being property. Or, there's just so many other things, technically, with the book that you could look at. Or you could look at the philosophy that there is some big man in the sky controlling everything because he needs you to jerk him off and his ego to go. Nah, no thanks. I don't deal with abusers. Or of course, the scientific, or the emotional, that, Bibles and Qurans and holy books or whatever are only used to oppress other people. I mean, they're used to say, see, you have to do what I say because I have a book that says you have to do what I say. Well, I have a book that says Spider-Man exists. Which you can say to that. Alright, getting off track, yeah. But, no, my social skyscrapers. How fantastic would it be a 100% atheist population on the planet Earth? I mean, all the religious wars being stopped, all the religious persecutions being stopped, because everyone understands, look, you have to be accountable for your beliefs, and a sec, go away, buddy. Away from my face, thank you. I know, I smell pretty. Go away. But, I love protein. I want you to remember this piece. These trees are much older than I am. And they're still here, and they're still going through their cycles. And I need to come to terms with that. That I'm in my cycle. I am very close to having a next phase, a next frame. And taking this time by myself, for myself, is to really ask, how am I going to build myself? Who am I going to create? And part of it is I know the legacy I will leave behind, and I know in 20, 30, 40 years when I'm a world-known figure, people are going to want to know, how did you start? And the truth is that you start in moments alone. You are by yourself. You don't have people supporting you when you're part of that next social revolution, because people are intimidated by changes. They're going to find what you consider healthy, they're going to consider rude. So there's a lot of being alone. But at the same time, you got to stay the course with what you morally believe. Not what other people tell you to believe, but what you believe. And the world will catch up to you. I mean, look at Nikola Tesla. I so wish I could have a conversation with him. Like, I saw the first colored photo of Nikola Tesla, and it just like, it made it so real. And it's just like, God, I would love to talk to him. Even if we only talked about pigeons, I'm sure that would still be a fascinating conversation, just because he's an awesome dude. But, yeah. Where was I going with this? Because now my brain is going off of how we have I'm not sure having a global electric system. The only reason why I would be concerned is about if it offsets. We don't want to get the Earth out of balance. Like, taking it, guiding it, okay, to a little bit, but if you're going to do it through the entire globe, are we actually going to disrupt the entire Earth's magnetism and kill ourselves? Well, okay, getting distracted. Science is a way for me to escape pain. And I've had a lot of pain in my life, so I've had a lot of scientific escape for myself. And I'm learning how to socialize better. The biggest thing about socializing I have learned is be kind to all, but very selective of who you continue to choose to be around. Oh, you're pretty. And in a hurry. Life is just amazing, and it has so many levels of amazingness. And I really want you to remember that. I really want you to remember this emotion here, chica, because this is what I'm trying to preserve. This is what I'm trying to save and move forward with. I'm not a big believer in the whole murder of the population so we can be sustainable. But I am a big believer in limit the reproductive rights. We've got billions upon billions of people now. And if we limit reproduction, and then they say, oh, well, what groups are you going to alienate? Well, I don't think that's the way that you should look at it. That's a lot of statism, and I don't believe in that. I believe that parents should not be raising the children. All children should be raised in what I call my social skyscrapers format. Because then we're not forced to be with toxic or incompetent parents. And there is no way that one human or even two humans together is nearly competent in everything that a child needs to raise. Not at all. I mean, it takes an army to raise children. So I just want to be part of that next social step and to hopefully create some balance and hopefully create some equalizing of intelligence now that we know. And if I don't succeed in my generation, maybe I plant the seeds that allows other generations to succeed in it. I don't know. But I want you to remember this moment of calm and joy, and when you just that lingering of his cologne on your skin kind of feel, the little mental hug that you get the day after or the night after or the week or the year after when you remember that moment. That's what I want this video to be for you, is that when you hear it, you remember this peace. This absolute peace and joy and purpose. It's what I've been searching for 3 years. You know that I've been searching for purpose, and at first I was choosing the purpose that I had to have by other people to make me feel good. But those purposes weren't actually working for me. My purpose is not my children. They're competent and strong and amazing. They don't need me. They don't need me to put that burden on them for my happiness and my purpose. My purpose is an ego. Like, I give two shits if people know me or not. You like me? Cool. You don't? Cool. My life doesn't change. I keep moving forward. My purpose isn't to be nice. Kind of with the ego thing. My purpose is a social skyscrapers. That's why I have my commitment ring. And I'm not going to get rid of my ring. I am committed to my purpose for the rest of my life. If people come and enhance my purpose, fantastic. But if anyone comes into my life now to take me off purpose, I'm going to stay with my commitment. I'm going to say thank you for the interest. I appreciate it, but this is my purpose. This is my path, and continue walking it because I'm committed to my purpose now. And to get into this slowly, 2019, really just save up and live the living on cash flow style. 2020, getting my first residual and then starting to push to become known for the living on cash flow. And we'll see where it goes from there. I don't know, I'm getting close to that 20-minute mark, so I'm like freaking out that this video is going to freeze up. So I think I'm just going to end it short for this one because it's from the phone. But yeah, just remember, my purpose is peaceful. My purpose is very peaceful. I don't have to fight. I don't have to be drained. And I don't need to punish others. I just need to peacefully build my purpose. All right.